G'day everyone and welcome back to Dairy Eye Farms with me, Farmer J. Today's just a very short video on what happens when the AI messes up, or can I blame the AI? Maybe it was my fault for taking my eye off the AI and focusing on other jobs. But what we're looking at here was my field of canola. And it is gone. There's nothing there. Somehow it all got cultivated in. How that happened, well, I started off, this was a field I just harvested, and I wanted cultivated. So I instead of setting the AI off here and making sure it went up there and turned around and came back down this way in this sort of a pattern, because I was coming from this area, I decided to be lazy and I started the AI off here, and he started cultivating the field up and down this way. Then I got baling my grass fields, taking in the hay, getting ready for the winter, because we're just out of, as you can see, I can't plant canola again. We're out of canola planting season in October. So, like I said, I got busy taking care of, my last hay harvest of the year, trying to make sure I would have enough for the winter, and I'm still not sure I will. So I may end up having to buy hay for my cows, especially as I have modified my cattle barn to accommodate, well, let's have a look. 300 cows. So 300 cows they produce a lot of milk, but they go through a lot of feed. And at the bottom, same thing, I have a newly acquired beef barn. This has got all my beef cows in it. Now I only feed them hay. So obviously this barn goes through twice as much hay as this barn does up here, because TMR, it's nice mix of silage, which I have plenty of. I did a cornfield full of silage and a hayfield full of silage, so I've got plenty of it to go around. The problem is I just don't know if I have enough hay. Anyway, needless to say, I was busy taking care of my hay requirements, my cattle, and all of a sudden I got a message that the AI worker had finished his task, and I was like, oh, I don't remember an AI worker still being busy with anything. And I started to look around, and I was like, oh yeah, I was doing this field. And then I looked a little bit further to the right. I'm like, where's the tractor? Oh, there's the tractor all the way over here. Oh crap, excuse my language. Oh crud, my canola field is gone. I do have, from harvest this year, I do have a fair amount of canola, 121,000 liters, in storage. Which is depressing because there's a great demand for it right now. So I could make a decent amount of money selling it. But I can't really afford to do that if I want to keep my oil mill running. Fortunately, my oil mill is almost full at 133,000 liters. Because I did fill it after I harvested my field. So I'm just hoping that I now, between what's in there and what I have in my silo, is enough to see me through, well, it's going to be 2 years. And like I said, well, it's my own fault. I took my eye off the AI worker, and that's what happens. I did think, I never even thought about it. I thought that gap between the two fields would have been enough to stop the AI worker. I didn't really pay too much attention to it, but I guess they creep over just enough that it detected the other field and decided to cultivate it. So I just wanted to give you a quick video on what happens when you take your eye off the AI worker. Let me know if this has ever happened to you, or if you're pretty diligent about doing it yourself, or keeping an eye on your AI workers. They can run amok. The only plus, as you can see, is I have a field which has 200 kilograms per hectare of nitrogen, so it's fully fertilized, and its pH is still good. I had taken care of the weeds, and for some reason, even though the cultivator got rid of the crop, it hasn't spawned weeds yet. Maybe that'll change when I plant. So my question is, what do I plant here? I was already struggling with a crop rotation for my other fields, but since I have a fully fertilized field, I can either wait for the spring and plant corn, which uses about 200 kilograms per hectare of nitrogen, or I can plant wheat or barley, which both use about the same. I've already planted my wheat. I was about to plant my barley, so I guess this field is going to become barley. Oh well. And I have a whole bunch of stuff to buy, so that $5 million is going to be disappearing pretty quickly. Anyway, like I said, sound off. Let me know if this has ever happened to you, or if you've ever actually done something like this by mistake. Take care, and we will see you for the next video where we take another look at pumps and hoses. Have a great day, Jay.